but this is setting up a very big and looming legal fight here. So the current president, President Biden, saying that he will not invoke executive privilege, basically saying he will not shield those Trump White House documents from going to committee. He called these unique and extraordinary circumstances. But the former president, he is already firing back at him. He's already released his own 2-page letter to the National Archives saying that he will invoke his own executive privilege. That's actually something that a former president can do. And of course, that means that this fight could play out in federal court. Tonight, the Biden administration is clearing the way for the January 6th Select Committee to get details about what was happening inside the White House before and during the insurrection. The White House counsel telling the National Archives that President Biden will not assert executive privilege over some records from the Trump White House, since the documents shed light on events within the White House on and about January 6th and bear on the Select Committee's need to understand the facts underlying the most serious attack on the operations of the federal government since the Civil War. This is just the first set of documents, and we will evaluate questions of privilege on a case-by-case basis, but the president has also been clear that he believes it to be of the utmost importance for both Congress and the American people to have a complete understanding of the events of that day to prevent them from happening again. The committee made 12 pages of demands to the archives in August, and while it's unclear exactly which documents have been cleared by the Biden White House to give to the committee, the wide-ranging request included call logs and schedules from Trump's family members on January 6th, including Melania Trump, his 3 oldest children, and son-in-law Jared Kushner, also visitor logs from the White House on January 6th, and even documents pertaining to the mental stability of the former president. Trump promptly sent a letter to the archives trying to assert executive privilege. He signed his own letter rather than using attorneys and ended it with, "Should the committee persist in seeking other privileged information, I will take all necessary and appropriate steps to defend the office of the presidency."
Is the Democratic Party's fear of the return of Trump. That's what all these committees are.
Meanwhile, former Trump official Steve Bannon is telling the January 6th Select Committee he will not comply with the congressional subpoena. His attorney saying in a letter, the former president plans to invoke executive privilege and we must accept his direction. Bannon's legal team also saying it could be up to the courts to decide whether Bannon will be forced to cooperate, essentially daring the committee to sue or hold Bannon in criminal contempt.
This letter that we saw from Steve Bannon is a delay tactic. It's a political strategy, but legally it holds no water.
Many legal experts say Bannon would not be covered by executive privilege because he left the White House in 2017 and was not working for the federal government on January 6th, one day after that deadline to turn over documents. The committee revealing in a statement that 2 other subpoena targets, former Chief of Staff Mark Meadows and former Trump administration official Kash Patel, are engaging with the committee, even though Trump told them not to comply. And the committee now is firing back at Bannon, and they're accusing him of hiding behind vague references to privilege that were asserted by the former president. And in a statement here, lawmakers are saying that they will act swiftly against anyone who refuses to comply with these subpoenas. They're including potential criminal contempt that could apply to Bannon if he does not comply here. The committee is not referencing anything as it pertains to Dan Scavino, the former deputy chief of staff. We don't know if he's been served or if he's working with the committee, but we did hear today from the former Trump administration official Kash Patel. He actually released a statement, and he said it this way. He said he's engaged in confidential dealings with the committee, and he said that he did respond to the subpoena in a timely manner. So a lot moving here, a lot of fights, and again, that court fight definitely.
Yeah, no surprise that we see a court fight ahead of us here on this. Jessica Snyder, thank you so much. Let's get more on all of this with our chief political analyst, Laura Borger, and our senior legal analyst, Laura